Yo, good morning, my people. What's up, world? It is Friday, January 3rd. I want to thank my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ because with him all things is possible. This No Doug Zone episode is sponsored by me, No Doug Zone. What's up, y'all? How's everybody doing? Safe travels to everybody out there moving around in the world. School. I know some of us are just getting back to school. Some of us are just getting back to work. Please, everybody, get to where they are going safe. Be aware of your surroundings and pay attention to who you are moving around with. Um, just be aware of what's going on in the world. Like I always say every day, the new year has just begun and it's already interesting. So, and remember, with him, all things is possible. If you just believe. What's up though, family? Uh it's crazy. Stream. I'm not supposed to still be using stream, right? The stream's supposed to be already, right? So this will probably be the last day. It's not probably, this will be the last day, right? Because I was supposed to be paying. So I'm gonna go ahead and after this respectfully, but do one more live today, this afternoon. Um because I'm trying to keep up with everything and then that's gonna be pretty much it after that. Um, because I'm trying to get as much watch time and get my watch. What is this? Come on, B. Like really? This right here is annoying, B. Sorry, y'all. Dumbass. I got a dumbass tablet. Oh Lord. Anyway, so getting as much watch hours is important. So I'm gonna make sure I do that. Smash the like button, y'all, on your way in. On your way in, and if you're not staying, smash it on your way out. Tell a friend and tell a friend. This is where it goes down at No Ducks on Podcast. Um, got some announcements I want to make. So tomorrow, amateur boxing starts back up. Uh, heavy hitters in Long Island tomorrow. Shouts to everybody who's going on out there tomorrow. Shouts to the winners and the losers going out there tomorrow. Doing your thing. Y'all probably say, what do you mean winners and losers? Because everybody can't win. Like everybody's just not winners when they leave the card. You gotta have a winner, you gotta have a loser. But the losers are still winners because everybody can't do it, even though that's not the same. So shouts to them. And then next week, my man Ronnie Love, Harlem House of Champions, he got his event going on next Saturday. And also next Saturday, you can join me at 11:30 a.m. I'll be in Brooklyn. I might have told you that, but just for people who don't know, shout out to Coach Seafood. We'll be in Brooklyn for some sparring. Next Friday, I got somewhere else. I actually got somewhere next Friday. I'm gonna be, which is the day after my birthday. I haven't put it all together yet, so we're gonna wait for that. And then I'm gonna let y'all know how that's gonna go. February 22nd. Shout outs to Coach CJ. We're gonna be honoring his father, Jimmy O'Farrell, February 22nd. Cops Kids from 11:30 a.m. to 6 p.m. Forced Ave. So in case you guys don't know where that's at, um, it's actually if you go to my Instagram, it's on there, or you can look up Cops and Kids in Brooklyn, and it'll come up. So February 22nd, everybody, come on out and support him. Hold on. So yeah, but we gonna get ready to get into it, y'all. We talking about who is Martin Bakole. Okay, who is he? So let's get into that. So for my newcomers, my regulars, everyone, welcome to the No Doug Zone podcast. Let's go. BC, I see you. D Free, I see you too. Hold on, let me get this link in. Let me get the link in. So yeah, anybody with any questions, we need fighters, we need coaches, nonprofit organizations. We need everybody to come out February 22nd. Cops and kids, come on out. It's going to be magical. It hasn't been done since 2022, I believe, but it was definitely worth it. So come on out. Um, Ringmasters will be coming up soon too. It's crazy. You see, I got my joint on. It'll be actually coming up sooner than what we think. I've been blessed to be a part of all three ringmasters. Definitely pop up for this year's. It's a beautiful thing to be a part of it. To sit up in the garden. Uh, it's crazy because them fights go all night. My problem is with ringmasters this year. I don't think I'll be there all night. Maybe 10, 15, maybe 15 fights and I'm gone. So I'm sorry for people. I would love to stay a whole night for some of you guys, but when it's almost 30 fights, it's 20 something, 25 fights, that's just too much for me. That's just a lot to handle. So might not, might not do that. Now, Martin Bakole. There's not much I could say about Martin McCauley because let me tell you, I never knew nothing about the guy, and I know you should do your research. A lot of times um, we don't pay attention to guys because either we never heard of them or because of what rakings they in or they're just not from here. And D, for you look like a old school drug dealer from '88.
I am.
I'm gonna need you to stop with these Notre Dame, man. You know what? You need to knock it off, free.
Okay.
We already know who your teams are. Jesus Christ. You always have to make that clear when you come here, don't you? This freaking guy, B. This freaking guy.
88 was my year.
I bet it was your year, sir. I bet it was. Martin Bakole. Um, because I got on to him so late, and there's probably some people who knew about him sooner, free. And I know you're one of the people who did know about him because I believe you were one of the people who brought it up to me. It might have been some other people, but I don't remember. Um, what can you tell us? Because the question is that I have on here is who is Martin Bakole? So who is Martin Bakole? D free.
A heavy set black dude from Africa that can box.
From what you can remember, when did he come onto the scene?
Mark McCauley been on the scene for about 3, 4 years now.
Mm.
About 3, 4 years. Um,
Where they been hiding this guy, man? I feel like that for some reason I felt like they've been hiding this guy. Or
ain't nobody,
maybe I'm
ain't
wrong.
nobody, ain't nobody been hiding him. He just ain't got no promotional company. He ain't signing nobody. Ain't that he's been hiding. just not sign anybody.
Mm.
I mean, that's what happens when the big promotional companies don't sign these fighters. A lot of people don't know who they are, and they just get fights picked up when other guys are looking to have fights, or they trying to find some work for them, because most people got to know who Mark Bakole was when he fought Michael Hunter. Um, but prior to that, because that was a TKO loss for him, um, he he uh, he got stopped in the 10th round, in the last round. Um, it was a real good fight. It was actually back and forth. He was landing some clean shots on Michael Hunter. Michael Hunter was landing some clean shots on him. It just he got caught with a shot in the 10th round, and that was all she wrote. It- Michael Hunter just stepped on the gas and was like, I'm not gonna let him make it to the final bell."
Yeah. Um, I remember, and I mentioned this plenty of times. So, for some people, it might be their first time hearing it. For others, this wasn't the first time I mentioned it. That I remember the first time I saw him. He came to the Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson press conference at the Apollo. I didn't know who he was then when I saw him, but I said, "This is one big ass dude, man." He's standing outside the Apollo, and I'm looking at him like, Jesus Christ. And at that time, I didn't hear anybody saying about him and Jared. I didn't hear it. So when I finally did see it, I remember telling people, "Hey, man, that was the dude I see standing outside the Apollo." And they was like,
I
"Yeah,
think
that's Bakole." And I'm like, "Well, I don't know who the hell that is." I said, "All I know is that I seen the same dude standing outside the Apollo, and that's a big like Jared Anderson is no little guy, but that dude is a big dude." And I'm like, "Damn, Jared."
yeah, I mean, when they fought, I think Jared Anderson came in at like 254, 256, and Mark Bakole came in at like 284. Um, Mark Bakole, what 6'6"? Jared Anderson 6'4".
Yeah,
So I mean, he had a 30-pound weight advantage, but I think that might have been the biggest I seen Mark Bakole, because when he fought Michael Hunter, he wasn't that big. I think he gained some weight or whatever, because he wasn't really getting any work. I think he gained some weight because, like I said, if you go watch the Michael Hunter fight, he not that big. I mean, he's a big dude, but he ain't 284 big when he fought Michael Hunter. I think he was more like Big Baby Anderson size when he fought Michael Hunter. He was like 250 something.
do
So
you think that when dudes do that, do you think that dudes do that? They putting all that weight on on purpose, or that's just something comes natural because of the way they eat? What is it that makes dudes do that?
what?
To have a so they can have a disadvantage when they putting on all that weight. Like when you see Tyson Fury do that, and you're like, okay, I know he ain't just doing that because he likes to eat. Like some dudes know they can take advantage. They use their height and their weight to their advantage.
Yeah, some dudes do it, but when you look at, like, if you watch Mark Bakole fight, he's not that type of dude. He's not a dude that's just gonna go lay on you.
Yeah,
He's more of a boxer. He just doesn't have the real fancy footwork or nothing like that. But if you go watch Mark Bakole, he's a boxer.
yeah.
He's not no big dude that just come forward and lay on you and all that. Nah, he's gonna box you. He's gonna throw punches from long range. He can fight on the inside, but he's throwing them big uppercuts from long range. So I don't think he put on the weight for the size the advantage. I think he just gained weight.
I'm still trying to figure out what was it that people saw that made them think that Jared would just run through him. I'm still kind of lost in that part of why would they think
Huh?
that Jerry why would they think that Jerry would just run through him? I'm still kind of lost when people were saying that this would be a walk in the park for him. What did they see that made them say that? I didn't understand that part.
Well, some of them, I mean, some people didn't know who he was, and then, like I said, some people saw the Michael Hunter fight, and they thought, okay, Big Baby Anderson is better than Michael Hunter. He has better movement than Michael Hunter, so they thought that he could walk through Martin Bakole.
Little did they know, Josh, what up? Little did they know that would happen. And I give Jared all his props for hanging in there. But that dude was just too much man for him. Um, and it was too soon. It's been quiet ever since the Jared win, right? Do you think did it spook a couple of people in the heavyweight division where they're like, you know what? I don't know if I want that.
No, because I don't think a lot of people were scared of Big Baby Anderson.
Hmm.
I mean, in order for you to scare somebody, he got to do something that other people didn't think would be possible to be done. So, like I said, I didn't think Big Baby Anderson was ready for none of the top guys at heavyweight. So it wasn't nothing that
Uh,
surprised me. I don't think it surprised a lot of the fighters neither.
hmm. Josh, I don't know if he wants to do that. Now, if he wants to run it back with Bakole, I don't. Hey, listen, I ain't telling him not to, but I don't know about that.
I mean, I
That's just.
I wouldn't mind him running it back if he fixed some of the flaws that he had because
But
I
let's
think
just say if he, because everybody has their dance partner, or not even just a dance partner. Sometimes you just have people that have your number. We don't want it where you know Jerry goes back in there. Not saying it can happen again, but what if there's a chance he goes in there and it's like the first time you just got stopped, but you was on your feet? What if he knocks you clear of? You know what I'm saying? Like,
well,
I
I mean,
mean,
that's with anybody at heavyweight. I mean, all it takes is one punch at heavyweight. So if it's not him, it could be anybody else.
he said, yeah. Oh, he went to social media and said that he
Well, he
wanted to
said he
run it
wants to
back.
run it back. He said he wants to run it back with Martin McCauley.
Yeah. Okay. More power to you. I gotta call his trainer then. Gotta call Jared's trainer, which is my boy, and be like, hey man, I heard something. uh I wanna see if I could get him to get Jared to come up here. That's what I wanna do. I think that's what I work on. If I can't do that, then you and BBO, hopefully y'all can work on that. Wait a minute, yeah, man. Wait a minute. Come to think of it, Jared is an Ohio guy, man. Tell BBO stop bullshit and get on his job, man.
I mean, I don't care about interviewing Big Baby Anderson.
Oh God, this guy. Here he go. Here this guy.
I don't like really dealing with people that has real big egos. I like people that's more down to earth and going to be uh, uh, logical. Guys with real big egos, really, I mean, just really can't really say nothing to them. They got
No,
big
I
egos.
got exactly what you're saying because there's some rappers I see like that I be like, man, you an asshole, dog, and I don't even want to conversate with you because I'd have been came out my mouth and said something because when they on a certain pedestal, they think that you can't say nothing crazy to them, and it's like, look, man, before I crash
I'm
out
saying
on you,
if I get the I mean, we get the interview. We get the interview. I think BBO tried to reach out to him because BBO know his family. So I think he
okay,
tried to reach out to him and get an interview. I don't know what happened with it or whatever, but I think he has tried to reach out to him and get the interview. So like I said, some of these guys got real big egos. So
Yeah,
I'm like,
and a
whatever.
lot of
It
them
don't make
too.
me
You're
no. It
gonna have
don't
to
make me no
pay.
difference.
Yeah,
I'm
and a
I'm
lot
gonna
of them,
still
and a
be
lot of them too. You
critical
gonna
of
have to.
your ass.
Some of them want to get paid too, so it's like that's another thing.
Yeah. D free, you can't say that. We try and get him on the interview. I'm gonna say it to him. What are you talking about? What you mean? I'm gonna say it to him. I don't care about it getting out of hand.
Oh,
Act
here
like
he go with that.
Martin
Here
did.
he go with this. I don't care about it getting out of here. Here we go. Already, it's the listen, y'all.
Oh,
It's the third day of the
you
new
want to
year.
jump on me? Where was you at when Mark Bakole was whooping your ass?
Oh man, come on, free.
Nah, but yeah,
It's the third
yeah,
day, and already it's
have reached
interesting.
out to him though.
Um, well, since Josh brought that up, good morning, Stormy B Man, aka Sensei. Listen, great show with y'all gentlemen yesterday. I was really happy with how that show turned out. You know, I've done a lot of great shows, but I'm
Stormy,
telling you, it's nothing like when your brothers come through and they give you that push. Now, since this was brought up about him wanting a rematch, explain to me, my good brother D Free, uh, how does this if it happens and I don't like to talk about, but they fought already, so we can't call this a fantasy because they fought already. How do you see it playing out again if they do see each other again?
um, like I said, he has to correct those flaws he has. Like Big Baby, because he has that Roy Jones effect. He relies on his athleticism instead of the fundamentals, and
Mm,
that was some of the downfall of Roy Jones. He relies so heavily on his athleticism that when that started to fade, he didn't have nothing to fall back to because he relied on it so heavily. It's all right to
mm-hmm,
have the athleticism, but you should be relying on your fundamentals and use your athleticism to be a vantage point over your opponent, not to be the sole reason why you beat your opponent. So I think Big Baby has some of that he deals with. He's so dependent on his athleticism that he forget about the fundamentals. And if he can work on and correct the flaws that he have as far as keeping his hand up and stop um, um, doing like if you watch the Bakole fight, Bakole kept hitting Big Baby with that same uppercut and that same straight jab because he kept doing the same thing. And Bakole picked up on it. And so every time Big Baby would do it, Bakole would catch him with an uppercut or he'd catch him with the straight jab. Every time. He just kept doing it. And that's the reason why he got beat up the way he did, because he kept doing the same thing over. You can't be so what I'm trying to say. You can't do the same thing over and over is what I'm trying to say. You can't keep doing the same thing over and over again because your opponent will pick it up. If your opponent is smart enough, they will pick it up and then they can time you because you're doing the same thing over and over and over. It becomes repetitive. I mean, it becomes a habit and um, almost they almost know what you're going to do before you do it because you're doing the same thing over and over again. So if he can correct some of his flaws, he can probably have a different outcome. But I don't know if he can correct it this soon because that's something that he's developed over the years. I mean that's something that he's had in in his um in his flaws for a while now. It's not something that he just developed. Uh, we saw it in the Frank Martin fight. We saw it in the fight before the Frank Martin. I believe it was the fight. It was in the fight before that fight. He had the same flaws, It was just the opponent wasn't good enough to capitalize on it. So when you got, and I said Frank, I meant to say Charles Martin, but when you have those same flaws, it's kind of hard to get rid of them right away. It takes some time to get rid of them. You got to get a fight in and slowly correct that flaw. So I don't know if he has corrected that flaw yet because usually you have to get a fight or two to start to correct that flaw. So we'll see. I mean, if he can go in there and win, so be it. I just don't think it's going to be a different outcome because I don't think he's correct the flaws that he has.
Um, and a lot of people said the fight was taken too soon. But what if Jared would have took that this year and it would have been the same results? What if he would have took it next year and it would have been the same results? Some people just have your number. I mean, is that possible? Because we don't want to keep running with the he took it too soon. Because what if he would have took it this year or next year and it was the same results? They still would have had something negative to say. So it's like, when are you gonna be ready? We always telling guys that then they're not ready. They're not ready. At some point, um, you're not gonna stay 23 or 24 forever. You're gonna get older. So when are you ever going to be ready? What do you
Well,
feel about that? What do you feel about that though?
I don't think he was ready. I truly don't think he was ready. Like I said, I didn't think he was ready for none of the top level guys. What they needed to do was, I mean, they did. I just think they should have did it sooner than when they did it. They should have been doing it as he was moving up. They should have put him in there with tougher opponents. You see, he's knocking these guys out in the first couple of rounds. You need to give him some tougher opponents. Same thing like Stormy B Man was talking about Richard Torres. You see, he's knocking these guys out in the first couple of rounds. You need to give him some tougher opponents. He's not learning anything by just knocking these guys out in the first round. We learned that from Belinga. He wasn't learning anything by knocking these guys out in the first round. So when he got in there with somebody that was tough, he didn't know how to react. He was sitting there like a deer in the headlight. He didn't know what to do. He like, hold up, I didn't get him out. I don't know what else to do. I don't have nothing to fall back to. So you got to start getting them in there with tougher opponents because, like, uh, 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 um, like Abdullah Mason. Abdullah Mason was getting there with opponents that was pretty easy or whatever. He was getting them out of there. Then he got in there with somebody that actually can punch a little bit, and he dropped Abdullah Mason twice. Well, Abdullah Mason got a chance to face that adversity and overcome it. Now he got something in his tool bag that he can refer back to if something happens like that again. He can say, okay, well, I remember when this happened, I was able to do this. So let me pull that out. So, but when you ain't never been faced with that adversity, we don't know what we're gonna get out of the fighter when they don't face adversity. Some of them pull through. The good ones will pull through and find a way to win. The other ones, they'll just be out there lost.
Yeah. Um, and when they're not used to being able to have their way, you see a lot of them crash out for the ones who can't control themselves. You know what I mean? Because they're like, damn it, this is not what I'm used to. I'm used to having my way. Um, I remember even in that Charles Martin fight, I always told people I think the Charles did better than what we thought. He did better than what we thought. Like, you know what I mean? I'd have thought that the fight would have ended sooner, but he did better than what we thought. If he would have had a full camp, which I believe he got called for that fight late, didn't he?
What's that?
Didn't he get called late for that fight? Charles Martin got called
Oh,
late for that fight with Jared, didn't he? He didn't even have a full
um,
camp.
I don't I don't know if he got called late. I wasn't up on. I just heard when the fight was made, so I don't know if that was
I think he
a
got
late
called late for that.
replacement or not.
I don't think
Yeah,
he
I
had.
don't
Yeah,
know
I
if that
don't
was a
think
late
he.
replacement
I
or
don't
not.
think he had a full camp for that because I think he had like a week or something. It was late. I don't know. I definitely remember it being late. Not me. I knew Martin would issues. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Martin did better than what I thought. I said okay. Yeah, late replacement. Yeah. See, yeah, late replace. I remember him being a late. Being I forgot who the opponent was before that, but yeah, I remember it being a late replacement.
Yeah, I mean, and even in that fight, when Charles Martin was able to put something together, you saw that Big Baby had an issue. He had problems with it because Charles Martin caught her with a clean shot, and Big Baby really didn't know what to do, and it was just the fact that um, Charles Martin, for one, he's older now, and for two, like you said, it was a late replacement, so he wasn't fully trained. I ain't gonna say fully trained because at that stage of your career, you supposed to be always ready. I mean, you
yeah,
ain't no you ain't no prospect. You're a former champion. You're supposed to always be
yeah,
ready. You already know. But I mean, it is what it is. It was a late replacement. He wasn't prepared for. He wasn't fully prepared for Big Baby Anderson.
yeah. Um, so if this does not happen, the Jared Anderson rematch, what would you want to see, or who would you want to see Martin Bakole in there with?
I think. I mean, I wouldn't mind seeing the FA Jabba fight because I think that's the fight that they talking about having. I think that would be a good fight for Martin. I mean, yeah, for Martin because I'm not real big on FA Jabba. He's a puncher, but as far as like boxing ability, I think Martin Bakole is a better boxer. Like I say, if you watch Martin Bakole fight, he's not the typical big dude. He's not a big dude that just come and lay on you. He got upper body movement, very good upper body movement for a big dude. He's not like those normal big dudes where they just throw the high guard up and
Yeah,
try to block all the punches. He actually
yeah,
got some head movement, some upper body movement, so he's not the typical
We-
big dude. With FA
yeah,
Jabba, I think FA Jabba, he pulls straight back, similar to Big Baby Anderson when he tried to get out of the way of punches. He pulls straight back, and you saw what happened with Big Baby Anderson. Every time he pulled straight back, he got caught with a straight shot right down the middle. Every time he pulled straight back.
yeah. Somebody had posted a picture. I forgot what it wasn't a channel. It was one of these shits on Instagram, and they were talking about Mark Bakole and Zhang, and I said, "Oh, come on now, I don't know about that." Him and Zhang, I don't know. What you think?
Um, it will be a matter of who can take who punches. Um, Big Bang Zane, he ain't moving nowhere. He gonna be right there in front of you. He ain't really moving nowhere. He showed a little bit of flashes of what he was able to do when he was younger, when he fought Joe Joyce, but it is Joe Joyce. Joe Joyce ain't the fastest heavyweight in the world. Um, so it's kind of deceived in a little bit because Joe Joyce, I think he might have been the slowest heavyweight I've ever seen fight in my lifetime. I don't think I ever seen a heavyweight throw punches as slow as him. But I think it's going to be a matter of who can take who punches because I think both of them are going to be right there throwing big shots left and right. Um, and I mean, I don't know. At some point, um, Big Zane's his 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 age is going to show up. He is 41 years old, so at some point his age is going to show up.
Damn, 41. I knew he was up there, but shit.
Yeah, he was 41
Yeah,
when he fought Wilder. He was 41.
And yeah, oh, that's yeah. Yeah, eventually it'd be a sit down time. Yeah, so good morning everybody who's coming in, you know what I mean? Good morning to everybody. Happy Friday. Um yeah, so the question of the day was who is Mark Bakole? Because some people will say if they don't know about the Michael Hunter fight and they just saw him in the Jared Anderson fight, a lot of people will go, I never heard of the dude. I've never seen him. So now a lot of people they'll know him for the Jared. For the people who probably just started watching, it was like, yeah, man, ain't that the dude that gave Jared his first loss? Um, how old is? I gotta see how old Martin is. Martin
Who?
Bakole. I gotta see how.
Bakole?
Yeah, Jay Gibson, what's up?
Bakole's in his early 30s. I think he's in his
Early
early
30s.
30s or late 20s.
God, dog, he better not be in his late 20s, looking like he in his early 40s. Jesus Christ, that's crazy.
I think Bakole's in his late 20s, early 30s. I don't think he's that old.
Oh, Jimbo. Good morning, Jim. Jimbo said 31.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I
Damn.
was like, he's late 20s, early 30s. I didn't think he was that old.
Okay.
He's not
Good
that
looking
old.
on it, Jimbo. Jimbo said 31. All right, so he said he looks 45. No lie. I swear he do. I swear he do, Josh. That's why I was like, yo, they went got an older dude for Jared, man. Good morning. Good morning, Jimbo. Good morning, my guy. Yeah, that's so I think you think that Turkey will try to make this happen again? Because he did have something to play. He did have something to do with it the first time. And remember, Bob said he had nothing. He told him, "Don't even do that." You think? I mean, what could he? I mean, what could Bob tell him? Jerry can mess himself up by
Um,
taking a rematch. Because then, what would that do for his career if he takes a rematch? Let's just say if he takes a rematch and Martin slumps him this time, like he really puts him out his misery. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying it'll happen, but this is some of the things we have to think about because there's just some fighters out there that got your number. They got you. It is
yeah.
what it is.
It, I mean, it's on. I mean, it would solely be on him. I don't know what happens to his career because I mean, well, I would say this nowadays, guys get two losses, the fans are ready to throw these fighters away. But we got to remember, Big
Yeah,
Baby's what 24 years old, and
yeah,
he only I don't think he got 20 fights yet, or might just got 20 fights. I don't know if Big Baby got 20 fights yet, or he just hit 20 fights with that Bakole fight.
I think he.
But
I
I
think he
know he
did. I think he
I know
did.
he's still early in his career. So at 24 years old, he's not done. But if you get in there with Bakole again, you got beat up the first time. Then you go in there and you don't correct none of the flaws that you had before, and you get knocked out cold. Does he turn into the modern day Adrian Bona?
Mm, damn,
Because a lot
damn.
of times when you go in there and you thought you fixed whatever the problem was, and then you have the same effect, you start to get gun shy and you start to hold those punches in your pocket because you don't want to get stretched out no more.
Yeah, yeah, man. Because we don't even know how AB would have been if he would have got a rematch with Madonna. We don't know. Everybody's like, yo, he'd have whooped Madonna again. You don't know what he did. You know what I'm saying? We
Well,
don't know.
we we all know that he wouldn't have whooped Madonna because Adrian Bona don't let his hands go no more. After
Yeah,
that fight, he never let his hands go. And the one thing about Madonna is you gotta fight him. You're not gonna just be in there and showboating and think you're gonna win the fight. No, you gotta fight Madonna. So
yeah,
Madonna did that the first fight. Now you thinking he gonna come back and you not fighting at all, and you're gonna win? Nah, it's not gonna happen. He wouldn't have won.
Yeah. I always give. Yeah, I definitely give him his props. I said it after I gave Jared his props. So you know, good one, kid. You know, a lot of people wanted to down him, and I'm like, nah, I'm not gonna do that to the young lad. You know what I mean? Shout outs to him for getting in there doing that because I don't, I don't see, I didn't see anybody else stepping up to that. You know what I'm saying? I didn't see nobody else stepping up to that. I know I wouldn't have. I could have been 6'4", 250. I damn sure wasn't getting in there with no Martin Bakole. Shit. Not unless I knew I was really ready. Mm-mm. He would have had Madonna have loaded gloves, then tried to use same gloves on
You talk,
Floyd. Ain't that, ain't that something?
you talking about you wouldn't get in with who?
Martin Bakole.
Oh,
I'm speaking
you would
on
have got
me.
in there.
Like,
You would have got in there. You would have got in
shit.
there if you was a boxer.
I mean, yeah, if I felt like I can get in there and yeah, but I have to make sure that that's what I'm in there for, and I'm not just in there for the money. Because when you hear 2 or 3 million, shit, you be like, that's all you be focusing on. And it's like, is it about the fight or is it about the money? Because like what you call it said yesterday, you're gonna get paid. So,
Yeah,
just make sure you go in there and perform your best. And don't just go in there with the money on your mind. Go in there and try to do your
but
best. You know what I mean?
I
Because
kind
you
of
go in there.
I don't really blame the fighter. I kind of I mean I do in a little bit, but
I
all the
need.
blame is not on the fighter.
I know.
I kind of blame his team because if we could see the flaws, if you supposed to be a trainer, you supposed to be able to see those flaws as well.
Yes,
You're
yes.
supposed to be able to see them as well.
I believe Sugar Hill was his trainer. A lot of people feel some kind of way towards him. Not to make this about him, but what do you feel about Sugar Hill as a trainer? Is this after we just seen Fury lose twice to Usyk? What do you feel
Um,
about him?
I mean, let's go back. Okay, daggone, he was Muhammad Ali's grandson's trainer. We saw what happened to him. Big Baby Anderson's trainer. Saw what happened to him. Tyson Fury's trainer. Saw what happened to him. Um, I'm not too big on Sugar Hill as a trainer. Never was, never will be. Not too big on him as a trainer. He reminds me of a trainer that just goes along with what you do well. He don't he don't make any adjustment. I haven't seen him make no adjustments with none of his fighters in the fight. Now, I'm not saying that he doesn't tell them stuff to adjust to and whatever. I just
Yeah.
don't see none of his fighters ever being able to make adjustments. Never see none of his fighters ever be able to make adjustments.
Yeah. Yeah. And I noticed that after the Fury joint, right? I said, "Oh shit." I thought about it. I was like, "Ooh, yeah, the Jared, and then Fury, and then Fury again." And this it comes to a point where people be like, either they don't want you as a trader, or they be like, "It's time to let this guy go." I don't know if I want this guy. It's time to
I,
let him
I
go. And
I just look at the common denominator in the situation. If you're training for all three of these guys, and all three of those guys are unable to make adjustments, I gotta put the fall on who's supposed to teach them how to make adjustments, or who's supposed to show them the adjustments that needs to be made. And if you're the trainer, the fall falls on you.
yeah, yeah,
So
yeah,
all
yeah.
three of them have the same issue, and you train all three of them, then you must be
Oh, that's right. He had what you call it grandson too. Yeah, I just thought about that.
Richard Torres too.
Yeah, I just thought about that.
That's another one. He don't make no adjustments neither.
Always. Yeah, I forgot about that, man.
That's another
I
one. He
forgot.
don't make no adjustments
Richard
neither.
Torres?
Yeah, that no, he don't do nothing but swing big shots. He a fake Tommy Morrison. Yeah,
Oh
fake
no,
Tommy
you did.
Morrison.
Wait, no, you did. Wait a minute, sir. No, you didn't.
No,
Happy
I'm not.
heavenly birthday.
I'm not.
Because
I'm
Tommy's
not saying
birthday
nothing
was
bad. I'm not saying nothing
yesterday,
bad
or
about
the day
Tommy
before.
Morrison. Yeah, I'm not saying nothing bad about Tommy Morrison. I'm saying Torres is a fake Tommy Morrison. You know, you got the
Mm.
real Jordans and then you got the fake Jordans out here. And niggas be like, them ain't real. Them Jordans.
You know what?
At,
You ain't, boy. You know what? Free you, boy. You hell, boy. Boy, you hell.
from a distance, you would think the dude had on some real J's. You get up close, you be like, hold up. I didn't know they had Michael Jordan doing a crossover. I thought he was doing the daggone sky
You know
dunk.
what? Yo, you ain't shit, boy. I swear you ain't.
Then niggas talking
Hey,
some Richard Torres is the truth. Yeah, okay. You gonna be sitting here looking at Richard Torres the same way you was looking at Big Baby Anderson with the Bakole fight.
yo, man.
Richard Torres didn't show you anything that you say, you know what, this dude is the truth. I told you he's a front runner. I haven't been
Puerto
big on
Rican
Richard Torres at
free
all.
always going against the brothers. What's new?
Nah, I what I go against, what I go against is people acting like these dudes are it when they really ain't.
Oh well, you know what? I think just like everybody else, and I love Richard. I'm a fan of his, but just like every dog has his day where Rich is gonna get put in that situation where it'll happen.
And last time I checked, Richard Torres ain't no daggone brother. Last time I checked, I don't know. Maybe my eyes is bad. You tell me where you see a brother from Richard Torres.
Hey boy, y'all stupid as hell, man. Hey, y'all are stupid as hell. Yo, y'all, yeah, listen, man.
But
It'll
nah,
happen.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Like I said, look at every last one of his fighters. None of them make adjustments.
No,
At some point, that's not the fighter. That's the trainer. I could see maybe one fighter don't make adjustments, but all your fighters don't make adjustments. That means you're not training them to be able to make adjustments. If this happened, this is what you do. If this happened, this is what you do.
yeah.
That falls back on the trainer. That doesn't fall on the fighter. The fighter only do what they train to do. So if they're not trained to make adjustments, then they don't make none.
Boris looks like a 70s porn guy. Oh, yo, y'all are idiots, man. It's too early in the morning for y'all shenanigans. I'm talking about Sugar Hill, not Richie.
Hey,
Oh, he said
I
he was
know.
talking about Sugar Hill.
No, I was never big on Sugar Hill. Never. And it ain't had nothing to do with Tyson Fury or anything. I just looked at him as a trainer. I watched him as a trainer. I ain't I'm not it's certain trainers that I'm not big on. I'm not big on Freddie Roach. He ain't no brother. I ain't big on Freddie Roach. I ain't big on Joe Goosom neither. There's certain trainers I'm just not big on. Everybody giving them a lot of praise because they have fighters who are champions. But I look at the other fighters that they have, that they train. I don't look at the one that is a champion because he could just be a special fighter. I look at the other fights. What are the other fighters under that trainer is doing? If they're not improving or getting better, then that's on the trainer. That's not the fighter. So that one fighter that they had is good. That's the fighter. The fighter is just good. Like Bomac. If Bomac had Bud and everybody else in his camp was horrible, it would just be Bud is special. But Bomac not a special trainer. But when you look at Bomac, he has other good fighters. It's not just one fighter.
Hall of Famers you just named. Huh? Leave me alone, BBO, before you make bacon out your ass. Oh, here they go. BC, I need some oil for my car. Darkness. I'm not with y'all. I'm not with this bullshit on a Friday morning. BBO and DBC are stupid. Stupid, man. Yo, BBO, you need to get your behind in New York this year, man. You and D Free could do some live shows in the city, man. Yeah, Smoke, they crazy, man. These dudes is that's what I love about my people. And that's what I love about my show. We have a good time over here, baby. Bleed out. He said, bleed out your back. Oh man. Yo. Y'all are some idiots, man. This is why I be having to stay focused. 'Cause they make me forget about what I'm talking about. I don't have time for it. But because the heavyweight division, we still when you look at the heavyweight division though, you still not sold on it, right? Free, there's still some things you see that's missing, or you just really have no entrance in it like we used to. Because we know the heavyweight division will never go back to what it used to be, and we're not going to say it's a
I,
boring division. I feel like there's some guys out there that we never seen and never heard of that can change how we think about the heavyweight division. We just we probably just won't get a chance to see them, man. I mean, but when you
I'm
think
not.
about the heavyweight division, what do you think about it?
I'm not gonna say that it would never go back to where it was. It comes down to the fighters, and it comes down to the trainers. If these trainers are not training these fighters properly, then yeah,
Yeah,
it would never go back to that. But if these fighters are not looking to become the best, then yeah, it will never go back to that. So it's up to the fighters and the trainers. See, a lot of these fighters, they get with trainers because they got a big name. They don't look at like I said, you look at the other fighters in their stable, other fighters that they're training. How are they doing? Are they getting better since they've been under that trainer, or are they still at the same spot, or are they getting worse? So it's not just about, oh, he got a champion under his stable, so he must be a good fighter. No, you got to look
yeah,
at all
yeah,
the intangibles. What does he work well with guys with my style? Does he help you get better? Can he help me make adjustments and stuff like that? You got to look at what the trainer does. You can't just get with a trainer because he got a big name, or because he's been in the game a long time, and so you just think automatically he's supposed to know what's good for you.
yeah,
Because there's a lot of trainers that's not big name trainers that are good trainers. They're good trainers. They're not no big name trainer like the Mason brother, their father. He's a good trainer. He's a good trainer. He ain't no big name, but look at all his sons. All his sons, they look like they're improving, and they're very good fighters.
yeah. But he may not be a big trainer, but he's out there where if he's in any room and you're a boxing fan and you know about him or you know about the Suns or whatever, when you're in the room you'll know who he is. You're like, oh shit. You know what I mean? Yeah, you're right though. When I just look at the heavyweight division, sometimes I understand it, but then sometimes I'm lost and I'm like, okay, we seen what happened with Fury. We seen what happened with Wilder. We seen what happened with AJ, and we like, okay, where do we go from here? We got Daniel Dubois, and then you have Usyk, and then you have this guy Martin Bakole, and I'm like, okay, when I just have a feeling at some point, like I told you the other day, one of those two D3 are going to have to see him. We just don't know which one it's going to be.
Between who?
I said between Daniel Dubois and Usyk, when they get it on again, which they're gonna get it on again because they both want it, right?
I
One of
don't
them.
know. I think Usyk is about to hang it up. I think he was about to go ahead and say, you know what, I'm about to hang it up. But then Daniel Dubois had jumped in the ring, and he was like, well, let's run it back then.
Oh, so you think that he entered? Well, not to assume. You think he interrupted his retirement announcement?
Yeah, I mean, because you got to think about the fact that Usyk became undisputed at cruiserweight. He became undisputed at heavyweight. it ain't really much more for him to do. I mean, what else is there for him to do? You already became undisputed. You defended it. What else really is it for you to do? Because it's like that's what I say. Once you reach a goal, you gotta find something else to keep that drive going. If you don't have nothing else to keep that drive going, you just going through the motions. And I
Yeah,
think that's a lot for some of these guys. When you don't have anything to keep your drive going, you just going through the motions.
yeah. I didn't look at it that way that he could have disrupted his retirement plan or his announcement, and then it's like, oh, you want to fight again? Okay, well, let's do it again. Okay. Um,
What's going on, Tay Tay?
and even in that fight, anything can happen. But I damn sure want to see it happen, and I want to see where Bakole. I want to see where he fits in all this if he has a spot. You
I
know.
think I think Bakole can fit in anywhere in the heavyweight division because he has the intangibles to be able to box with any of them, and he has a big punch where he can hurt any one of the top guys. So I think he can fit in anywhere. He's not real old. He's not real young.
But do you think boxing has a tendency of, well, not boxing but politics? People have a tendency of people away from certain people when
Oh,
they
most
don't want to
definitely,
see.
most definitely.
Yeah,
That's been going on for years. That's been going on since the beginning of boxing.
yeah.
So
Because you ever seen something free where you go, well, how the hell is he getting this shot? Or how's this person in the position? But this person that's in the position is not as good as this person that's not in this position. You ever like catch on to that shit? You ask yourself, you like, wait a minute, something ain't right about this shit.
that's the
Why do
reason
I feel
why
like they keeping him away from this person?
that's the reason why I say accolades doesn't have any place in my pound for pound because I
Yeah,
know certain individuals get opportunities that other individuals don't get. That's why I
yeah,
say when people always talk about, oh well, because this person is undisputed, I got to put him on a pound for pound. Not necessarily. Not necessarily. Just because he's
yeah.
undisputed doesn't mean you have to put him on a pound for pound. I go with the level of competition that he faced,
That's an
and
argument. That's an argument all the time, D. For you always have to have for people, and I don't think they be understanding what you're saying, or they just like arguing with you when it comes to that. Because I don't know how many times on the panel you had to keep telling people that, and that shit seems to go over their head. I think people just like going back and forth with you.
I mean, it is what it is. But like I said, the difference between me and a lot of the other people is I can give a reason why I do what I do. Most people can't give that reason why they do what they do. They just go with what everybody else is doing. Everybody else is doing it. Oh, these people put people on it because of accolades, so I'm gonna do it.
Yeah,
Well, then you just a follower. You're not original.
yeah. You're
You just
not.
a
You're not.
follower.
You're doing. You just looking for, you going with everybody else's answer. Like you're not, instead of you doing your own shit. Like, you know what I mean? And which you do have a lot of these dudes doing that. That's why I be like, they don't be real boxing fans out here, man. They can't call
Well,
themselves
you know,
fans.
you
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 can't,
know, it's
you
it's
can't even
it's a
call yourself a
modern
champ.
game now. Free. You gotta change with the time. No, you don't. You don't
No, you
have to
don't.
change with the time. You can if you want to. You don't have to. There's no law saying you got to change because the time changed.
I'm not being no. Listen, man. Look. Some of y'all, boy. Whew. Lord have mercy. Some of y'all. I don't understand how y'all mindsets are set up. But hopefully, to begin 2025 or later this summer or the end of this year, I would love to see, if it happens again, Martin Bakole and Jared. My thing is, does it take place in America or do we go back there? Um,
Uh that remains to be seen. It can happen in America if Bob decide to put it on, but if Turkey's going to put it on, it's going to be in Saudi Arabia. because he doesn't have any fights lined up for the United States so far for 2025. All the fights that he got going on is over in Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, or it would be wise to not stay the same. Yeah, you know what I mean. But you can't tell these cats that these constant creators. You can't tell them that, or all these people who think they understand the sport of boxing, man. We can always learn something every day. That's why when y'all hear me ask some of the questions that I ask, honestly, it's because I really don't know the answers to a lot of shit. Never be afraid to say what you don't know an answer to it. You know what I mean? That's why I ask when Stormy's up here and Freeze up here, and I ask you guys, it's because, man, look, even if I did have the answers, I like to hear what other people think. Y'all opinions count. I can never have y'all in here and tell y'all that y'all opinions don't count. That would be you can't do that to the people who come and support you. That's wrong. I'm sure Jared wants another big payday, so he wants it in Saudi. Yeah, I just don't want to see him go through. Uh, I mean, if he comes back in tip top and does what he needs to do, and not to say the first fight he wasn't in shape, but there's just going to be some things he needs to fix, and he might not need to come back with old Sugar Hill. He might have to
Nah,
come back with somebody different.
I believe he was in shape. I just believe
Yeah, yeah, he
he
was in
had
shape.
flaws.
He was in shape.
Yeah,
Because
I just believe he had
like I
flaws.
said, people keep making it seem like he got knocked out. No, man, the fight got stopped. But you got to remember, the man was still on his feet, and he realized he got stopped because he even cursed after he got stopped. He was still on his feet.
Yeah, he was like, man, fuck.
You understand what I'm saying? There's nobody else I think that could have stood up to that. You know what I'm saying? There's some people in there that could, man.
I,
This is what I would have did. I would have did this. I would have did that. Man, you'd have went your ass to sleep. Don't tell me what you would have did in there. You'd have went your ass to sleep.
yeah,
That's a dude on the street that if you had to fight him on the street, boy, you gonna have to hit that man with the mailbox. And I ain't talking about the one that you have when you living in the house. You gonna have to hit that man with the shit that shit that be on the street corner, free.
yeah. You talking about the blue mailbox?
Yeah, the blue mail. Hey,
You
and
got to
you
hit
got to
him.
go for the knees, free. Forget the
You,
upper body.
you got to hit him. You got to hit him with the corner right where you put the mail in. You need something sharp. You can't hit him with the round spot.
You got it. I saw that man at the Apollo Free. I said, "Oh my!" I'm gonna keep it 100 with you. I thought that man was a damn football player. I said, "Jesus Christ, damn it!" That man with the stretch, his hand almost hit the damn Apollo sign. I said, "Now it don't make no sense to be that damn big, man, and that's just ridiculous." I said, "Who the hell finna fight that man?" You gotta hit him. You got hit with the Amazon drop. Just fuck stupid. Yeah,
No, oh,
man.
you talking about? He talking about the locker, the Amazon
Yeah,
locker.
yeah. You got to go for the knees. You can't go for the upper body. You're gonna get your ass hurt trying to do that. You got to tear them knees up. You got to tear them knees up, baby. Because I don't care how much strength you got at your upper body, how good you are with your hands. You take them knees out, baby. It's over. Now, if you still fighting,
Yeah,
if you still putting up a fight after you took his knees out, then the best thing to do after that is to run. I'm out after that. I'm out after that. I ain't doing. I just watched it again a few days ago. He did good things, but wasn't prepared for Bakole. Prepared the training camp was. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
yeah. I just watched it
yeah.
last night. Matter of fact, because I knew you was doing the show about Mark Bakole, so I watched it last night.
It was hard for me to go back and watch it because it just be like, damn, man. Because you know how you see stuff and you don't expect it to happen. But if I watched Bakole before, then I could say I know what to expect. I didn't know what to expect. I just said this is a. I knew I should have knew something was wrong when he slapped Jared on his, not slapped him, but when he touched Jared's chest, like he did one of these, like I said, "Oh shit! I ain't never seen nobody do that to Jared. This dude ain't playing."
Want me to make something?
I said, "Yeah, he
Yeah.
ain't playing. He coming in here. He coming in here to." And when Jared fell down that first time, I said, "All right, that's just one time." Then he fell again. I said, "Oh
And
shit!"
nigga said, he said, "Damn you, Stormy and D free. Y'all motherfuckers called it."
Yeah, and he got to listen to his corner. Yeah, yeah, they gave him good instructions, but he ain't listen. Um, it's a lot of fighters. I'll say, oh, that they get good instructions, and even though we have to blame, sometimes the trainer get blamed too, but also these fighters got to
Hey,
stop going
you want
in
these lamb chops?
with a different game plan, thinking that whatever they gonna do is gonna work. You gotta listen sometimes. Now you got these fighters talking back to the damn trainers. I'm like, where we do that at? See fool, what's up? How
That's what.
you how you the fighter talking back to the trainer? The trainer
Oh,
tells you
hold
to
on,
go
hold
in
on.
there and do something. You go, I know, I know, I know, I know, I know, I know, I know. So if you telling your trainer 5 times, you know then why the hell you ain't going in there doing it?
Well, see, when you have that's the problem that I have with some of these fighters and some of these trainers. When you sitting here telling these trainers what to do, I mean telling these fighters what to do, and they are talking back or whatever, that's where the disconnect is formed at. Because I remember back in the days when a fighter wasn't listening to what the trainer was saying. Not even back in the days, a couple of, I think it was a few years ago, fighter wasn't listening to the trainer smacked him in the face. He said, look at me. You gotta do this. I'm like, that's how you
Yo,
supposed to grab the attention of your fighter.
I
When your fighter ain't paying attention, you supposed to grab the attention of your
I,
fighter.
I remember Manuel Garres Soul, Manuel Stewart. I remember him beating the hell out of Lennox Lewis' chest. He beat him on his chest, slapping him on his chest. I said, God damn.
Some of these trainers are too friendly with their fighters. I mean, it's all right to have a relationship with them, but when the work is being done and it's business time, all that friendship is out the window. We be friends after the fight. Right now, I'm your trainer, you're my fighter. You listen to what I'm telling you, or things ain't
Yeah,
gonna go well.
yeah, you gotta listen, and I don't understand them. You know, it's this one dude. I ain't gonna say his name, but he didn't got slept before, and his trainer telling him, Sifu know who I'm talking about. Trainer telling him what to do, and he steady on some. I know, I know, I know. I got it. I got it. I got it. I got it. Okay, he
I
go.
never
He go.
like
He go in. He go in there. And he gets sent to heaven.
yeah I never like fighters when a trainer is talking to you. The fighter's looking everywhere, all around the arena or whatever. Nah, you supposed to be
Talking in the crowd.
focused on your you supposed to be focused on your trainer, listening to what he's telling you what you need to do. Especially if
They
you're the one
blow.
that's losing. If you're the one that's losing, you supposed to be locked in. If
You
you
know
if
what?
you winning, okay, you winning, and you like, man, I we doing a good job or whatever. But when you're down, especially after you got knocked down and you losing, you all looking in the crowd and your trainer talking to you. Nah, no,
It's like I don't know who they be looking for. I'm
no, it
like, you
ain't
looking
ringing. I'm
for
on my phone.
instructions?
It's not ringing.
Like
My watch
they
is,
be
but not
look,
my phone.
they be looking for instructions. Lack of respect for their trainers. Yeah, man. They looking all in the crowd. They checking their girl. They checking their homies. They talking to people. And this is another thing. They be talking to the crowd because some of the people in the crowd be against them. They be, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, come on, over this, my God. That was a wild sneak. This. I don't know what you talking about, BVO. I don't know what you talking about, BVO. I know such thing. I never said anything, BVO. I know what you talking about, brother. I plead the fifth. Don't know what you talking about. But yeah, they be in the crowd talking and looking here, looking there, and You know what I mean? The old school trainers, when you had Manuel Stewart, you had Teddy Atlas, you had people that put you in your place. I used to love the relationship that I've seen with Michael Moore and Teddy far as boxing. I don't know what their relationship was like outside the ring, but he didn't play with him. I mean, they both didn't. They both wasn't gonna take any shit from each other. But I think the type of trainer that Teddy Atlas was, he might not have been everybody's favorite, but at the time, he was what Michael Moore needed. He needed a little bit of discipline. You need people who are gonna keep you in line. You know what I'm saying? You need that. We need to get some of these trainers back. Because, like you said, Free, it's too many. Now you got too many trainers when the fighter talking back. Okay, okay, baby, then I ain't gonna mess with you, man. Go ahead, do your thing. Man, hell no. If I'm telling you to do something, what you mean I got it, I got it, I got it, I got it. Don't worry. Don't worry. Who you talking to? How you gonna
Yeah.
tell me not to worry? Who
He
training
said
who?
he said that was a wild sneak diss. No, there wasn't
That's
no
why I
wild
told him. I
sneak
said I wasn't talking about that, man. I'm talking about people who ain't listening.
diss. Wasn't no wild
I,
sneak diss.
no. That goes for the amateurs, man. It ain't just a professional boxing thing. In the amateurs, you gotta listen.
Yeah.
Because whatever happens out there, it's not my fault. And listening doesn't mean all the time that you lost, because you can win, but it's the way you went out there and performed. You might have won, but you didn't do what I told you to do. You still went out there and did what you wanted to do. You're not going to be able to always do that when you start going to the nationals and you start getting into these different shows. It prepares you for the pros. If you don't, that's not something. Listening is not something you're supposed to learn when you go pro. You
No,
don't. You know what I'm
that
saying?
starts off in the amateurs. That starts
You
at the
gotta
amateur
listen
level.
now. You don't. You don't. When you become pro, you.
Oh,
That,
oh,
oh, I just. Yeah. You see, my
oh!
man.
Now he decided to show up. The nigga ducked me. I told you don't duck me, son. I told you don't
Oh,
duck
you
me,
did.
son.
You know what? He did say that shit the other day. He said that the other day, Seafood. He did, and I could go back to the video. He's like, "Tell Seafood, don't duck me, son."
All right. First of all, good morning, panel. Good
Good
morning. How
morning,
you guys
Prince.
doing? How y'all doing today? First of all, I didn't duck you. When I went on the thing yesterday, I heard somebody preaching. So I was like, I'm definitely not jumping on there for that, bro. That guy just totally interrupted my whole mindset of controversy. So I was like, forget it now. I don't even want to talk to this guy now. So that's how that
Yeah,
ended up. So I went
yeah,
back on again. The guy's still talking about discrimination, color pigmentations, and all that. Although he had a valid point, I still wasn't feeling that for that type of talk. So I couldn't debate thoroughly.
yeah,
Believe me, believe me, Free was gonna get it, bro. Believe me, he was gonna get it.
yeah,
But that's how.
You sound like Canelo Alvarez. David Benavidez hasn't done enough.
Um,
yeah.
right, right.
Hey,
But yeah,
y'all stupid
but you know
bad.
what? But to the point where Free said, it does make sense. There's a lot of people who are being blocked for certain reasons because of the politics, and he has a valid point about Usyk not really. He doesn't really need to do anything to defend it unless he just has love for the sport. He beat Fury. He if he fights the bar, I
Yes.
mean, I only see the only logical fight for him would be the bar, only because he probably wants to erase that notion that he really got knocked out from that body shot. But um, that would be the only logical fight for him.
Yeah. Somebody calling you, Seafood.
Because if he fights Bakole, he's gonna get knocked.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
Bacole's the truth, bro. Like that guy's gonna be in there and he's gonna beat up everybody. I can't see nobody really beating him right now. Um, you know what I'm saying? Unless he has like a really, really bad day. Other than that, I think he fucks up everybody.
I'm not gonna,
Jesus.
I'm not gonna say that because, like I said, I saw the Michael Hunter fight, and Michael Hunter just kept doing. He stayed to the game plan. Michael Hunter was using that jab, throwing combinations, and would move. He never let Bakole get comfortable, and Bakole was hitting with some good shots, but he never let Bakole get comfortable. And it
Right.
went all the way. It went all the way to the last round, and he caught Bakole with a clean shot, and it rocked him, and he just
Yeah.
jumped on him. He jumped on him, and the referee stepped in and stopped it. So
I
I'm
think
not gonna
I
say
think
anything.
I think Bacole's gotten better since then. I don't see anybody reenacting that particular fight, even though it's a notable win. I don't see nobody. But with the current people that we have now, which is decent material, I still think Bakole beats everybody. I can't see nobody beating that guy. Not for the next couple of years. If they move him right, let me say it like that. If they move him right, he beats everybody. Because dudes are jumping out of this thing because they don't want to face him. And when he does become champion, you only going to see mandatories. He's going to be fighting mandatories. Nobody else going to want to jump in there and get their ass whooped like that by him. That
Yeah.
dude is he's like almost a complete fighter.
Um. Hopefully, everything that Seafood just said does not happen. Hopefully, I ain't gonna say everything. Majority of what Seafood said does not happen because if that does happen, then heavyweight division would just be stuck in limbo. You like, okay, we
No,
got
no,
we got
I
we got some good
right,
fighters, but ain't nobody fighting.
right, right. But I'm saying, think about it. If it's up to the promoters, not Alashiki, if it's up to the promoters, they're gonna drag that shit out because a lot of them guys don't want to pay the money that they want. The Alashiki coming in kind of made everybody else spoiled. Everybody want to get paydays, $20 million
And
paydays, ten
and
million
that
dollar
Yeah.
paydays.
and that's what I told y'all. I told y'all that was going to be bad for boxing because all these guys
Oh yeah.
are going to
Yeah.
get spoiled, and we're not going to get these guys wanting to fight because they're going to wait on Turkey. Oh well, Turkey really wants this fight,
Yeah.
then he'll pay
But
us.
but
I
remember
told y'all
yesterday
that's
I
what was
said
going to
I
happen.
said it could be a curse or it could be a blessing where you like I have the opportunity to make money that I've never made before, and then the curse is, hey man, I don't give a shit about going over there and performing my best. I'm making the
No, but
most money
it's a
that
little,
I've ever
but
made.
it's a little bit of both though. Some of that
Yeah,
shit had to happen. It had to
yeah,
happen because a
yeah,
lot of those matches would have never happened if it wasn't for that guy. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? American greed is crazy, bro. The American
yeah,
greed for these higher up white people that are in control, it's bad. Who are they to tell who's worth what? You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Especially if you have to especially if you can promote, if you can generate it. So I just think it's a lot about the greed. But Alashiki was kind of necessary at a point, but it got to a point where everybody wants it back. But Alashiki been creeping for a while. He been trying to get guys for the longest. They just didn't know who he was, and then now he's on the scene now.
Well,
So
Yeah.
uh,
I like to see Bakole come in and do his thing. You know what I'm saying? Because I like the fact that they should have a rule of no ducking nobody. Everybody should have a chance to fight somebody. You know what I'm saying? Instead of what they think is a massive fight or whatever. Like Eddie Hearn knows some things about boxing, but he don't know everything. He's just a guy in position. You know what I'm saying? So
man,
I
Eddie Hearn is just worried about lining his pocket. What fight can I
that's
make
it.
that
That's
I can
it.
pay out the least amount of money but get the most back in return?
Right,
And
right,
Yes.
and pretty much all of them are pretty much the same way. They want to pay out the least amount of money but get the most back in return.
right,
And
right,
and
right. I think that
that's one of the reasons why I don't really have a problem with the PBC motto because if you think that you worth a certain amount of money, when they go out here and sell this fight, let's go out here and do these press tour
right.
these press tours and let's build up this fight
Give me one
and
second. I gotta call you right
put it
back.
on and put it on pay per view.
All right.
All right. But that's the reason why I don't really have a problem with the PBC model because all these guys want to get paid top dollar. Well, you're not fighting top dollar competition. So how do I expect to pay you top dollar if you giving me a Joe Cordina, but you want to get paid top dollar for a Joe Cordina?
Yeah.
That's not top dollar quality. Not saying that Joe Cordina is a bad fighter, but I'm just saying for a guy like Shakur Stevenson, who's at the top of 135, and Joe Cordina is coming from 130, and he just got knocked out in his last fight. That's not top dollar quality.
Yeah. Yeah. There's
I
levels
mean,
to this, baby.
even the Tank Davis versus Lamont Roach is not top dollar quality, but they're fighting
No.
on pay per view. They got to go out and sell that fight.
Yeah.
If you don't sell the fight, whatever you make in pay per view is what you get.
Yeah. Oh, come on. Yeah, and listen, the jury's still out on that, but it is what it is. I don't even know what to think about that. I'm gonna touch on that later.
What the
Um,
Lamar and Tank?
yeah, I'm gonna touch on that later. I don't know what to think. And one thing I'm not doing this year that I promised myself is getting caught up. Oh, Sifu, I'm sorry. Oh shit, I don't know where he went. Getting caught up in that shit. I didn't even hear I didn't hear about no undercard for that, so I don't know what's up with that.
Yeah, I wanna see what the undercard is gonna be for that as well. That's what I'm waiting to see. What is the undercard gonna be like? We know what the main event is. I want to know what the undercard is going to be.
Yeah,
And I think they should be announcing the undercard sometime soon because it's already January. That fight has happened March 1st. It's already January, so they should be announcing that undercard soon.
you think they probably when you think they might announce that around when David them get ready to fight, the closer they get to that, maybe the next week or two.
Yeah, I would say within the next couple of weeks they should be announcing that because, like I
Because I,
said,
I put my,
it's
I
already
put my
January.
yeah, I put my credentials in to attend the weigh in, the media workout and the fight. So I'm hoping I get answered for one of them at least one of them.
But yeah, they definitely should be doing it within the next couple of weeks because it's January. February ain't nothing but like 4 weeks long. So
Yeah,
you go to February, and then next thing you know, it's March. Yeah, it's not
that
like they
part.
fighting. It's not like they fighting in the middle of March or the end of March. They fighting on the very first day of March. So they need to be making that announcement within the next week or two.
Yeah, and until they do that, me, I'll be like, I ain't got nothing. As far as talking about it, I ain't got nothing for it because anything Tank say, everybody take it and be like, "Yo, I heard such and such," and I'm like, man, that man could just play with y'all mind and y'all gonna go for it.
He said Hunter said he wants that work too. Hunter wants that work with who? With Big Baby or with
No,
Bakole?
but yeah, yeah, said he want the rematch.
Why would Hunter want a rematch? Hunter won. He won by TKO.
Oh no, I guess what's it? He wants to get him another.
It ain't supposed to be him that wants the rematch. It's supposed to be Bakole that wants the rematch.
Yeah,
I ain't never heard that before. I won, but I want to fight you again. No, I won.
I don't know. I
If
can't.
you if
Me,
you
I,
don't if you don't want
yeah,
to fight me again, okay, I'm good. I won.
I have to. Yeah, that one. I don't know, but I'm hoping. We'll see him back in sooner. Um, definitely. He's worth watching.
Yeah,
Made
I think
slipping.
if Bakole fight Michael Hunter again, I think Bakole will win that fight. I think Bakole will win because if you
But
go
he
back
said
and
he
watch
ain't
that,
been
if
good.
you go back and watch that fight, there were some things that Bakole could have did differently that would have got a different outcome. Because there was a few times I think Bakole rocked Hunter, but Hunter he stayed like I said he stayed on the game plan, and it worked for him. And I think if they have a rematch, I think Bakole will fight him a little bit different. Ah! I
Who
think
you
he will
talking
fight
to,
him a
Jazzy?
yeah. She trying to open her cage. She know how to open the cage.
Words. Jazzy said let her out.
She just came from outside. We was outside for like 20 minutes.
She s-
It's
she
cold as
said
shit
it's
out there.
she said it's Friday, yo. She said either you let me out or I'm gonna wait till you
You
go to
better
the
lay
store.
your
When
ass
you come
down.
back,
It's cold as shit outside. You better lay
listen.
your ass down.
She gonna say I'm gonna wait for you to go to the store. When you come back, I'm gonna be sitting on your couch.
No, because I'm about to put the lock on that joint. She ain't gonna be sitting nowhere. But in that damn cage.
No, you can't be doing that to her, man. That's mean.
No, it's not, nigga. I got furniture that costs money. I'm not one of those people that let your dog climb all up on the furniture, be laying in the bed with you. I ain't one of those people.
Hell no. You ain't laying in the
My
bed with me.
dog is a dog. My dog is not a human. I talk to her and play with them, but they ain't human. They're a dog.
I hate the people who treat their dogs like that. They
Nah,
spend more money on the damn animal than they do their damn self. That'd be irking me. I'd be like, bruh, if you don't stop that shit,
yeah.
you remember that's a dog. Dog living a better.
That's still an animal. At any given
Exactly.
time, something
Like
can happen and
I'm not finna
their
order.
mind.
I'm not finna order Chinese food and share it with my dog. Get the hell out of here.
Right. I mean, like I said, they have a different mind frame than we have. That's still an animal. I don't know what they thinking. They might be like, let me let this dude think it's good, and I'm gonna catch him he's sleeping. He ain't thinking about it, and that's when I'm gonna attack. No
There
sir.
go my man, Crush, the legend. What's up, my Philly brother?
What's going on,
Um,
Crush?
my man, Crush.
Not much, man. You know, off work, get to relax for the next couple of days, so I'm good, man.
Great live this morning, Crush. Great live.
Thanks, D Free. I learned from the best, man. I learned from the best.
Hey, Crush, I'm letting you know right now to keep up with you. As of next week, I'll be live at 5:15 a.m.
Cool. No problem. Let's do it.
5:15 a.m. is gonna be Clarence McClain in his honey barbecue pajamas
Yo, get the fuck, yo, yo, yo,
and a do rag.
yo, what the, yo, really free?
They're gonna have on some honey barbecue pajamas and a do rag with drool on the side of his face and coal in his eyes. Talking about something. I gotta get up here before Crush. I gotta get up here before Crush.
Nah, I ain't gonna lie though. I think for the whole rest of this year, at Donuts and Coffee is gonna be people's motivation to get up in the morning. To be real with you, man. There's a lot of people that get up at that time. Some people get up before that. Some people are up actually at 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, or some people are at work. Some people might be able to. Some people are getting off of work at 6 a.m. So to catch you on their way home or to wake up, that's perfect.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That just
I'm gonna start doing the graveyard shift. I'm gonna do a live in the middle of the night.
There you go. Yeah.
No,
listen.
I'm saying that because the graveyard shift we sleeping, but the other half of the world ain't.
Yeah. You right. You right. Oh, you got a point. Got a point. Drop the link. I got you, BBO. Hold on.
they need some true boxing talk on the other half of the world.
Yeah.
No, you're right. Everybody needs to be. I mean, you got to remember, we live in a world where everybody ain't sleep at the same damn time. No such thing. You know what I'm saying?
Fact.
Everybody ain't sleep. There's some people who, you know what I mean, all across the world. That's the great thing about being on this social media shit. Oh, I can't go live at 3 o'clock in the morning. Who the hell is going to be up to listen to me at 3 o'clock in the morning? Well, just because people in your neighborhood is asleep or people in your house is asleep, that don't mean the rest of the world is asleep.
I tell you, we'll be up at 3 o'clock in the morning. Them people over in Japan will be up at 3 o'clock in the morning because that's their afternoon, their evening.
Yep.
Oh shit! I didn't even think about that.
Monster Anyway fight at daggone 5 o'clock a.m. every goddamn time he fight. That's night for them.
That's a fact.
And I noticed when you do graveyard type of hours, you get a lot of people from the other side of the pond.
Yeah.
Get a lot of them. Get a lot of them.
Oh. What the hell? Oh.
I think doing that though, BBO, check your IG. I think that would be great to do, just to come up with these ideas, man. Because this right here is the season where we got to make things a little more interesting than we did last year. You know what I'm saying? And coming up with ideas like that, it'd be great. Like me and my wife is working on something where we trying to come out with something together. I'm just trying to get her out of that being camera shy shit, but we working on something where we trying to drop something as a couple. We're gonna almost be there. I just got some work to do, so you know what I mean. We definitely gonna put something together though. Just gonna take a little time, but yeah. So Crush,
Yo.
give me your thoughts on what you think. I asked D3, but I just want to know what you think. Give me your thoughts on Martin Bakole. How do you feel about him?
I like him. I like Bakole. I gave him credit for beating up Big Baby. He's nice. Now is he gonna run through a lot of people? No. It's people he can lose to, probably will lose to, and then there's gonna be other fighters he can beat also in the heavyweight division. But he's good. He's good. He's something to watch. You know, he's right now, because we don't have too many choices for that, in the heavyweight division. For what it is right now, he's good for it. And I think he's all right.
BBO, what's up, my guy?
Allah Akbar, man. How you doing, man? Assalamu
Here
alaikum,
he
my
go.
man Clint.
Here he go with this. Here he go with this shit. Yo, BBO, you really got BBO. Let me tell you something. You got people out here really thinking I changed my religion. Knock it off, man.
Hey, man, inshallah, man. I hope.
Free. Do you know people are hitting me up in my DM and asking me when did me and Tiff become Muslim? I said, what the fuck are y'all talking about? Like, me and Tiff ain't Muslim. Not shout out to my Muslim brothers, but I'm like, me and Tiff ain't Muslim. But I heard BBO say, I said, yo, stop listening to BBO. That dude is a nut.
Hey. When I talked to him, Craig, he just hit me on the phone speaking Arabic, dog. I thought he was Muslim. So
yo, you know what? Yo, I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this to you.
I just want to respect the man. Like I said, inshallah, man, I hope to see more of Mark Bakole. I appreciate my man, Brother Clarence, having us on, man, because he get on here with Puerto Rican Free, and he up here with my OG. But I gotta give my man Crush a lot of credit, because man, when I throw him some topics, he do a great job of making a show out of it, man. And I tell you what, that Devin Haney show he did was brilliant, man. That was a brilliant show, bro.
Thank you.
That's a
Thank you
brilliant
to
show.
everybody that appreciate it. Tell you, man, I'm only as good as the people that I'm surrounded by. That's why I'm so dope. Because I'm surrounded by dope people.
But I think for Crush, his voice is something about his voice, but his voice, not just the topics. His voice is needed because it gives you that motivation to get up in the morning. Once you hear his voice, it's like shit, I gotta get up. And then it's the topics. You know what I mean? You can sit and actually have you a good cup of coffee and have you some scrambled eggs or whatever it is that you eat in the morning, and you can sit and you can listen to them. Like I said, either on your way to work or coming home. It's definitely necessary. And like I said, with the coffee and donuts, I think that for 2025, it's definitely going to take off. I think everything that y'all doing as a collective, and I'm not just saying this, but I think everything y'all doing, this is going to be the year where y'all going to get the best interviews. You're going to get the best results. But then I think this year also, y'all going to have to prepare yourself to get a lot more haters this year than y'all had last year, because people can't, when people can't understand, they fear it. A lot of people are not going to understand what y'all are doing, and they fear that because they can't understand, and they really want to be down. Instead of them just saying, "Hey, BBO, Crush, D3, how can I been down?" They're gonna go out their way to, "Hey man, fuck them dudes over there. Don't go watch them, or they haters, and I don't like what they be talking about. None of them don't know shit about boxing." Instead of them just giving you your flowers, they're gonna go out their way to hate. So just be prepared to get your flowers this year, but to also get shots thrown at you. I mean, that's what comes with this YouTube shit. You got to deal with the good and the bad, the ugly. But I want to tell y'all, I'm looking forward to seeing what kind of year y'all gonna have. And y'all always gonna get my support. No matter what people say, I love y'all brothers, so I'd rather give you y'all flowers now while y'all still here. You know what I mean? This is gonna be y'all year, and y'all gonna take over. So salute to y'all.
I
Appreciate
appreciate
you,
you,
bro.
man.
And you know how I feel
And
about you. I'm always giving you your flowers, man. You dope, bro. You dope. And before BBO say something, I'm gonna say this, and I'm not gonna repeat it again in 2025. I'm dope, baby. I'm dope, and it's because I'm me, and then the people that I'm around. That's why y'all can't fuck with me. I'm myself and all these dudes wrapped up in one. Woo, bitch, get out the way. My man, I'm saying. I'm myself and all these dudes that I build with every day and learn from. Man, D3 been rocking out for years. Y'all don't even know we was having our own debates inside the family. Every damn day we was doing that shit. Keeping each other sharp.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's what you do. We keep each other sharp. If somebody knows something better than me, I'm shutting the fuck up. I'm not questioning it because I can't. He knows that. So I'm going to listen. I'm going to debate somebody on something I don't have no knowledge of. That's what's wrong
Mm,
with who's now.
mm.
I'm going to say it again. I'm going to question somebody on something that I don't have knowledge of. That's
I just
why.
want to I just want
That's
to
why.
say this,
Go
man.
ahead, yo.
Salute to my Muslim brother Clarence. I appreciate him, man. What he's doing is not going unseen, man. And you know what? I'm gonna send a shout out to Miss Clarence, because we all know anybody that's married, you can't do nothing without support of your lady, man. So shout out to Miss Clarence, man.
Oh
Miss
yeah,
Lucky
yeah,
Song.
yeah, yeah, yeah. She's my let me tell you something. I'm gonna be real with you. A lot of this shit you see me do behind scenes, and any ideas I come up with, it's really her. She plays a major, major, major role in what I do. And I'm gonna be honest, that's why I made her my business partner. I said, who better to make your business partner than your other half? Because I know it's not gonna be any where I gotta watch you with one eye open. You know what I'm saying? I don't have to do that with her. So, she plays a big role in what I do. So, what I mean, if you have that one person in your life that can keep you up on your feet, then you better hold on to that. You know what I mean? That's the best kind of person to have in your life. But yeah, this is definitely gonna be, like I said, this is gonna be a major year. Y'all, what's so crazy is the shit that y'all accomplished and what y'all been doing. It takes somebody 5 years to do that. Takes a while. So 2024, y'all were out here wilding for respect, but I was loving it. At first, I had to sit back and I'm like, okay, I need to look at what it is that they're trying to do. Where are they going with this?
And you know what?
Um,
I gotta give him credit, because we would have been further if I wasn't messing around. So shout out to the Puerto Rican, because he been saying different stuff I should have did, and and I know he loved to hear it. If I were into the Puerto Rican on some stuff sooner, we be even further. So shout out to
um,
Puerto Rican Free.
but
I know people
I
think
think,
Free is black, but Free is a Puerto Rican. I want you guys to know that. I don't want you guys to get mistaken when y'all see him and think y'all seeing a brother with that beard. No, that's a Puerto Rican right there.
I'm
Shout
glad
out
you
to the
said
Puerto
that
Rican.
because I'm gonna make sure I'm gonna bring Free up here for the Puerto Rican Day Parade. And I'm gonna give him the flag, put him on the float, and watch him do the salsa. I'm gonna watch him do it. We're gonna put him on the float when he come up here in June. Now, yeah.
And I'm gonna do the salsa and get paid doing it.
Hey, man, y'all stupid as hell. But yeah, man, it's
Let
gonna
me
be
say
a
this real
great
quick
year.
before I forget.
But
I just found this out. I just found this out from my man Marcus from Ohio Runs Box. Uh, to let you know this, Crush. I didn't realize Ishmael is only 17.
Yeah, I know that,
Yeah,
BB.
he only 17. I didn't know
I
he was
know
that
that.
little.
I knew that already, BB.
who's that?
Abdullah, little brother, the baby out the
The
bunch.
better version of Abdullah. The better version.
Oh yeah. He's young. He's young. I got
Bro,
him on my. Yeah, he's young.
I can't wait to see
when
Big
he get
Bro.
his shot, they gonna forget about Abdullah, bro.
I can't wait to. I ain't
One of
saying
the
all
kids,
that.
one of the kids in here in New York. God damn it! If I can get his name, he sparred him, and I remember his coach telling me, and he's like, "Man, that kid is sharp. He's sharp."
Yeah.
I said, "Yeah, them Ohio." I said, "Them Ohio kids, period, or cut from. I don't know what kind of water they drink in the morning, but I'm like, they built different. They
I just
built
say
different."
this, and I'm gonna ask you this, Crutch, and then this something I'm gonna ask. I'm gonna ask my man Marcus from Ohio Boxing tonight. Do you think he need to get away from his dad? Because I don't think his dad deserved to train nobody that good, bro. I don't think so. What do you
Oh
guys
No,
think,
my
hey,
God,
what are you? No,
yo,
you tripping, you
oh,
tripping.
bro?
No,
Y'all haven't
they
seen
are
him.
family.
Y'all haven't
No,
seen him. Y'all
it
haven't
doesn't
seen
matter.
him.
It doesn't
He's the
matter what you.
future.
No, it doesn't matter what you see. That man is family oriented. They put family first. They're gonna always be with their father. Their father is the one that trained them. They're gonna always. I can see if their father was somebody like a T.O. Senior or Jose Benavidez Senior, somebody who was toxic. Their father not toxic. Their father
No,
always got
I'm
their.
no. What I'm saying, and this is what I'm saying. I want you to hear me out. I'm saying their father didn't box, and when you
It
got a
doesn't
guy this
matter.
good, I'm just, I'm just telling you,
No,
Free. When you see him,
no.
you're
Listen,
gonna
listen
see
what
what
I'm
I'm
saying.
talking about. Go
Listen what
ahead.
I'm saying. Did the Russells ever leave their father?
Nope.
No, Gary was a world class trainer though.
Gary never boxed. You saying the same thing that their father is doing. Gary never boxed.
No, he didn't. He
Okay.
didn't.
So they never left their father. What makes you think the Masons gonna leave their father because their father never boxed?
I'm telling you this, and this is what Oscar De La Hoya said. Oscar De La Hoya said, if Ishmael Mason is brought along right, we may see a better version of Floyd Mayweather. That's what De La Hoya said about
Okay,
a
but
17-year-old.
what that got to do with him leaving his father though?
I'm just saying, me personally, I think he should maybe get, or maybe a Bomac or somebody who can really, really train him
Why?
because
Why?
he's
Why?
good,
Why?
bro. He's so
Why?
good, bro. He's
No,
that
but
good, Free.
hold up. Listen, you see that this is what I was talking about earlier. Y'all look at the names and just I'm gonna go with this trainer. I'm gonna go with that trainer because of his name. If his father is showing him everything he needs to do to be this good right now, just imagine what he's going to be doing when he become a pro and he get better at his craft. He got this far because of his father. He ain't get this far because of Bomac. He got this far because of his father. So
what?
why change something that's working for you?
What happened? He got to come back.
You only change something. You only change something when it's not working. If it's working, you don't change it. You only change it
He
when
got
it's
to.
not working.
He got to come back. He fell off. BC said, "Did Emmanuel Stewart box?" Yeah, I know where you're going with it.
Nope.
Uh,
Yeah, I mean, it's like I said, you only change something when it's not working. Like NFL players, they don't change head coaches if they winning. No, they keep the same head coach. When they not winning, that's when they change their head coach. You know what? It's not working with you anymore. We got to find somebody else. You don't change stuff that's working. That's where people mess up at. Oh, because I got to a certain level, I don't need you no more. I'm gonna go get somebody else, and then you start losing when you should have just stayed with
Yeah.
who you was with from the beginning.
Like if BBO channel was not successful this year, he's getting rid of you, D Free. I'm letting you know that right now. You'll
No,
be getting your walking papers, sir.
that's the problem with people. They get. I don't think it would happen to none of the Masons because they're family oriented. They remind me of the Russells. They remind me exactly of
Yeah,
the Russells.
yeah, they good.
They
Yeah,
they family
yeah.
oriented and they stick behind each other and they had every one of their fights. Their father is their trainer, and I think their father probably got that idea from Gary Russell Sr. He probably got it
Could
from Gary
be,
Russell Sr.
could very well be. I mean, I'm not in no position to say who should get rid of who. You know, I could voice my opinion, but that doesn't mean that it's gonna happen. You know, hey, you know what I mean? Do what you do, man. You know what I mean? I'm just a content creator, not a constant creator. Y'all go ahead and do. I don't want to constantly be out here being messy and shit. I don't want to do that. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to
He said
constantly be out here
constant.
being, yeah, I don't want to constantly be out here causing controversy and being messy. I don't want to do that. I'm not in no position, man. I don't want to do that, man. You know what I mean? So it is what it is. But yeah, hopefully we'll see this. We'll see old Mark back in the ring and Martin back in the ring, and despite who it is, rather if it's Jared or whoever, we'll wait and see how it plays out. But it will be interesting to see him back in there, though.
Yeah,
It definitely.
I mean, he got to get back in there. But see, a lot of people say, "Oh, Garrett Anderson taking too much time off." No, not he really not, because after the stoppage, he got suspended. That fight just happened. What? That was August.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was in August.
And,
So
and he had his daughter. He's spending time with his baby.
yeah, I mean, but when you get stopped in a fight or you get knocked out, you get suspended for a certain amount of time. It all depends on the commissioner how bad they think you got beat up, how long they suspend you for. But you get suspended, you can't get right back in there. So
What do
he was
y'all? What do y'all?
suspended
What
for
do
some
y'all?
time.
What do y'all? But in y'all opinion, right? You and Crush, I want to ask y'all this. What do you think? Jared has learned from the loss.
How to get up off the canvas real quick.
Yep.
You know what? You ain't. You know what? Free. You ain't shit. Oh man, this dude right here, bro.
No, but I
Bro.
think I hopefully I'm not gonna say what he did learn. Hopefully he learned how to keep his guard up and how to stop dipping his head. Because every time he would dip his head, Bakole had an uppercut waiting for him. Every time he go to try to weave Bakole punch, Bakole will throw a straight jab, and Jared will always throw his head down. Bakole just come up, bam. I was like, no, stop doing it. He's catching you every time you do it. Stop doing it. And he wouldn't
Yeah.
stop. He
Yeah.
wouldn't stop.
Um, yeah. I'm gonna probably go back and watch that today. I got some time. I might go back and glance at a little bit of that myself. That was uh that was interesting to see that. But hey, yeah, you give him some time, and hopefully he's probably back, and he might be back training already. Let's see. The year just begun. We don't know what big announcements. You know what I mean? That first fight wasn't over there, right? Wasn't it here? Where did that fight happen at?
Which one?
The
The
Bakole
fight
fight.
that didn't
That was
was it
in
was
that
it,
was in
was it
L.A. That was in L.A.
Oh, so now they got to go back over to now. So yeah, they'll be the next time. Yeah, it would be Saudi. Yeah, yeah, it'll be Saudi. Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, yo, listen, I ain't gonna tell him don't take the rematch back, but if he wants it, he says he wants it. Go ahead, brother. Go ahead. You learn from your mistakes. Now, as far as him going back in with the same trainer, I don't know.
Right.
Because what's gonna look bad is you go in there, you just so happen to get demolished because not because you went in there fighting the way you want to, it's because you followed this game plan that your trainer had, and we already seen what happened with old Hill with the Fury. You see what happened with that. You know what I mean? So it's like shit. You go in there, you get blasted. Now it's like,
Now,
damn.
now John Sanders, their father, he didn't have knee problem or foot issues. That came from him having diabetes. That the leg and the foot issue came from him having diabetes. It wasn't nothing other than that.
Yeah. Unfortunately, diabetes, and this is why they tell you that take it easy, man, because that shit will take you out. Um, yeah. If you're not careful, but God rest his soul. You know.
That was the reason why he passed because of his diabetes.
Yeah. They still out here. They still out here doing their thing. And salute to them. You know what I mean? Um, because it's hard. It's hard to still be out here doing it. You know what I mean? But they still managing ways to get out here and still be a part of the event, man.
And I
Um,
think I think that's one of the reasons why they um they have so many time in between their fights is because they don't have their father here to manage their career because their father
yeah,
was their manager and trainer and he's not here to manage their career so they still trying to learn how to do it on their own.
yeah. I think for some reason, uh, we'll see them hopefully a lot this year. We'll see them back outside. Um, and I'm looking forward to it. It's always exciting, especially when they come to New York and fight. I love seeing them when they come here because this is like their second home. Because when they come here, man, they get hella love. And any boxing fan, when they walk in the streets of Brooklyn, they already know. Oh, those the Russells. So they very known. They known well here, man. We respect them here. We got a lot of love for them. Crush, what's up, man? My man Crush, man. That's my brother, man. My Philly brother. Yo, y'all
Yeah,
smash that like
I was
button
on,
too,
I
yo.
was on a phone call, bro. That's why I
Hey,
muted the mic. Yeah, I mean, but I'm here, baby. I'm here.
Crush, you over there making money moves?
Nah, somebody just getting on my nerves right now, being newsy.
Oh no, don't listen. Whatever y'all do, don't get on Crush nerves. That's the last person. That's the last person you want to be trying.
But this motherfucker I'm dealing with is a psycho, man. So I know how to do it when I just put on my white
Oh
jacket.
man.
I just put on my white jacket. You know what I'm saying? Instead of you know what I mean, throwing fire back, I just put on my white jacket. You know what I mean? I become that, the therapist, and I chill them out. You know.
Damn, man. Not the psycho.
Yeah, they all psychos, man.
Not
They
the psycho.
they bleed every month, bro.
Jesus Christ. Hey, free man. I think I asked you this before, but I don't remember the answer. Um, would you ever be interested in um how can I say it? Not opening up your own boxing gym, but promoting or matchmaking. Have you ever thought about that? Had that ever came across your mind? Or would that just be
Promote
too much for you?
you said promoting what?
Promoting or matchmaking? Like being involved in the sport. Oh shit, BBO I think is coming back up. Oh no,
No,
that's
I mean
seafood.
I've thought about it. It just it's so much stuff you got to go through to become a promoter. Now, matchmaker, I can do. I mean, you still got to get a license to be a matchmaker, but I wouldn't have a problem being a matchmaker because I would
IBC.
definitely have these fighters going in the right direction because some of these fighters they just take easy fights because it's an easy fight, but Me, I'm the type of person, if I see a fighter needs to work on something and I'll tell a trainer, hey, they need to work on this. Go work on this. Cause the next fight I got, I'm gonna make sure that his opponent is going to do this. So he needs to go work on it. And if he don't work on it, he might have an L in his daggone column.
Yeah.
So I'm the type, if it's a fighter that's on under my stable, I'm gonna give him work to work on every element of his boxing. So if he having issues with a person that come forward, well, guess what? You're gonna be fighting a couple of come forward fighters until I see you get past that. And then if you have an issue with fighters that like to fight long range, well, you're gonna be fighting a couple of fighters until I see you get past it.
Yeah. Yeah. That was something I always thought about. I said, yo, I wonder how he would do as a matchmaker promoter because you deep into the sport, but like you said, there's a lot that come with it.
There's a lot that come
Um,
with it.
some people ask me about it, and I said, hell no. I said, not with professional. Matchmaking in amateur boxing, of course, I would do it. Pros, nah, I don't. I don't have no patience. It's a lot that come with it. Um, then you have these janky ass promoters that don't pay people, and you know what I mean. And that's another thing. If you know you're having financial or whatever it is that you're going through, it's not for the fighter to be worried about. Your job is to pay the fighter. So if you out here doing some bozo shit, it's not a good look. So me, I just wouldn't want to get involved in professional boxing that way because it's just too much that comes with it. At least I know with the amateurs, I don't have to pay for it. I don't have to pay them. I only have to pay to get the show done. Whatever it is I'm trying to do, venue, gym. If I'm doing it in the Boys and Gloves Club and I need to put a ring in, I gotta pay for that. You know what I'm saying? I gotta pay for the doctors, the reps, and that's simple. That's a little more simple than I gotta pay for this and then I gotta pay the fighters. Shit, man, that's a lot because the fighters gotta pay their team. That's just I don't want them kind of headaches, man. That's just too much. And no fighter is not trying to hear about why you can't pay them. They're not trying to hear that. You're gonna come outside that venue and you're gonna have a wild bunch of pack of dogs waiting for you out there. And that's not something that I want to happen. So yeah. But hopefully free, we might see you in that lane though, man. Who knows?
Yeah.
Somebody might actually want to do business with you one day and be like, yo, come on to this side, brother, free. But sometimes an idea should stay an idea because it sound good, and then you like, man, I could stick with my regular 9 to 5 for all this shit.
I mean, well, not necessarily because when it comes to matchmaking, basically, I mean, for the most part, all you doing is scouting out different fighters for certain fighters and say, okay, how would this fighter pair against this fighter? And you want to find some people that's somewhat difficult, but not too difficult that you derail a young fighter's career. You want him to be able to learn and work and build from it. You don't want to derail his career, but you want him to learn and build from it. A lot of times, these matchmakers they find guys that are a little bit too tough for their opponent. They're too tough. So when you get like Big Baby Anderson and Mark Bakole, now that wasn't a matchmaking, but if that was a matchmake, that would have been an opponent that was too tough because not only was he able to capitalize on Big Baby's flaws, but he had enough power to get him out of there. You don't want to derail him, but you want to make it tough to where you say, okay, see, this is what we was talking about. You need to work on this because you saw the problems that you have in this fight. You still want to have him the confidence that he made it through that fight, but you want to show him where he needs to work on, what he needs to work on, I should say.
So you're a promoter. Jared comes to you. He goes, "You're free. I
All right,
need this.
BC.
I need this. I need this. Bakole rematch, man. He's coming to you. You're the promoter. Um, what are you telling him? What's the first thing you're saying to him when he comes to you with that?
If he wants to rematch with Bakole, I gotta
Yes.
see him. I gotta see him in there with somebody else. To see if he cleaned up any of those flaws that he had. I don't want to put him right back in there with somebody who just stopped him as easy as Bakole did, because it wasn't hard for Bakole to do what he did. Like Big Baby, he put up a fight, but it wasn't a fight where Bakole had to dig down deep to pull out the upset. So
Yeah.
I would want to see Big Baby in there with somebody who's a little bit easier than Bakole to see if he cleaned up anything. Once I feel comfortable that he cleaned it up, I say, okay, you ready for this rematch now? Let's go ahead and set up this rematch.
So I'm glad you said that because for him to want to jump right back in the fire and saying, "I want a rematch," but is that saying, "I want that to be my first comeback fight"? Who would be a comeback opponent for him? Because I'm sure when he says he wants a rematch, I'm hoping he's not saying, "I want that to be my comeback fight, a fight that I got stopped." So who will be a great, I don't want to say tune up, but a great comeback fight for Jared?
Um, a great comeback fight for Jared. Um, I would think somebody like trying to think somebody at the heavyweight division that I think will be a good comeback fight for him. Oh, I'm trying to think because it ain't really that many
Yeah, no, yeah.
guys at heavyweight that I think. Uh, he probably have to go get. He probably have to go get somebody. Somebody who's they looking at as a a gatekeeper or somebody who's on their way out. I'm trying to think who would I get for him? I get somebody like if he's still fighting, I get somebody like Chris Ariola. I get
Who?
somebody like that because Chris Ariola he's going to be tough, but I don't think he'll be too tough for Big Baby. I think Big Baby still can survive a Chris Ariola fight. So if he's still fighting, I get somebody like that, or I get somebody like Rice.
Ah, Johnny Rice. Yeah,
Yeah, I
that's,
get
you know
somebody like
what?
Johnny Rice.
I think I did a show on him, if I'm not mistaken. I think I did, where I said, "Damn, they keeping dude, boy."
Yeah,
He
I get somebody
doing.
like a Johnny Rice. Cause Johnny Rice is not a he's not a big puncher, but he's a tough individual.
He did to
And
my man
I
Michael Coffey. I'm mad. He did my man Michael Coffey dirty. He did it twice. Damn
or
it.
and that's another one too, Michael Kofi. I get him somebody like that too. That's another one.
He did my man dirty.
Yeah. So that's another one. But yeah, I get him somebody like one of those guys where they're gonna be a tough out, but it's not gonna be too tough where it sets them back. But it will be a tough out, but it'll give me a chance to see, okay, did he correct any of those flaws? Because they're gonna make him fight at some point in that fight. They're gonna make him fight.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's not gonna be easy. And we don't want these guys thinking that when they come back that they don't have to take those kind of fights. because they're looking at Turkey out of sheet. Because I don't have to take this punk ass fight you giving me. This guy's giving me this. This is what I'm going with. You know, like you said, guys being spoiled. We don't, you know what I'm saying? We don't want these guys doing that because that's what it's looking like right now. I don't have to take this. I don't give a damn who's offering it. If Turkey out of the sheet, if I have to go behind my promoter's back and take this fight, as a matter of fact, they getting to a point where I ain't even got to talk to my promoter. How about that? But I think the only one that's doing that is like Bob. He ain't too much with the shit, but it seems like everybody else is getting together, making it happen. You know what I'm saying? Everybody, Bob might be the only one that'd be like, nah. I
Now,
told him that.
Baba give him some fights, but he like my big money fights. You ain't getting those.
I told him not to take that fight, but he took it
Like,
anyway.
like Big Baby Anderson, he hasn't invested too much money in Big Baby Anderson. So Bob like, okay, well, you want to go over there? I'm still gonna get my cut. You still gonna have to come back and pay me. You want to go over
Yeah.
there? I'm telling you not to go over there, but if you want to go over there, go ahead. Just give me my money.
Give me my money.
But like somebody like a Loma, Bob be like, nah, you're not getting no damn Loma. Somebody like Arthur, nah, you're not getting the Arthur. No, that's gonna be on ESPN Plus. You set the fight up, but we put that on ESPN Plus.
Bob will let certain shit happen.
Bob took that joint right off that pay-per-view. He was like, nah, I'm not giving you that on a pay-per-view. We putting that on ESPN Plus. I'm getting all that money.
Who he do that with again?
Arthur and Bivol, that was supposed to be the main event. That was supposed to be the main event for that card. Bob said, nah, we putting that on ESPN Plus. Those other fights can be on a pay-per-view. You can have Shakur as the main event, but we putting this on the ESPN Plus card. And then Shakur ended up pulling out because he got injured.
Yeah, that was. Bob's a smart man. No matter how old he gets now, you ain't gonna try to pull a fast one on him.
Hey, you know what? I was just looking at something that David versus David.
Yeah.
I didn't realize
What?
David Benavidez is somewhat at a disadvantage.
Meaning?
He don't have the longer arm reach.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, David Benavidez is 6'2" with a 74.5-inch arm reach. David Morrell, 6'1" with a 78.5 arm reach.
Damn.
So he had somewhat at a disadvantage. He got an inch in height, but he had a 4-inch disadvantage as far as arm reach.
I don't think David has seen that before.
He hasn't. He has never faced nobody with a longer arm reach to him. Especially not nobody that box from the outside.
Yeah, yeah, I gotta you know what I like about that too? I like that undercard. I like the undercard. It don't have to be the best undercard in the world, but I like it. And Figueroa and Fulton, I'm anxious.
And you know what else?
Who gets that?
You know what else? When David Benavidez got dropped, he got dropped with a left hook.
Yeah.
David Morrell is a southpaw. So his strong hand is the left.
Think there a possibility it could be an upset February 1st?
Oh, I already told you I got David Morrell. I already told you I got David Morrell.
When is oh, that's crazy because the 22nd better be even Bivol rematch, right?
Yeah.
Now both of the Davids, that's at light heavyweight.
Yep.
So which it could set up something for the winner of Better Be in B-Ball.
Hold on, damn! I didn't even pay attention to that.
Yeah.
According to BoxRec, I'm looking at David Morrell's amateur fights. I don't know why they only have 135 of his fights up there because he fought more than 135 times.
I didn't even know
But
that.
yeah, they got 135 up there. Guess how many he won out of that 135?
How many?
I'm sorry, 137. Guess how many he won out of that 137?
How many?
135.
So he only lost. Damn.
He only lost 2 amateur fights.
But his amateur career is deeper than Benavides. Benavides didn't really have that many, didn't he? He didn't have that many amateur bouts.
No, he didn't.
Damn, that's crazy.
I keep telling people underestimating David Morrell. I mean, I understand David Benavidez is a monster, but I don't know if he's that much of a monster over David Morrell. I don't know.
What are you talking about, Thief Free? He's the Mexican monster.
Yeah, well, what's what's a monster to a demon?
I see Thief Free. You're just hating now. You're hating. He's a Mexican monster.
Which one are you more scared of? You scared of a monster or you scared of a demon?
Shit, I see a demon. I'm a haul ass.
I think David Morrell is a demon. I think David Benavidez might be a monster, but I think David Morrell might be a demon.
Listen, we got people that walk the streets of New York City all day talking about they monsters. I'm not impressed, but if I see a demon, I'm hauling ass.
Yeah. Like I said, I ain't as many punch combinations David Benavidez throw, and he hit that dude with that 15 uppercut combination. He ain't never put nobody in a coma. That boy David Morrell put that dude in a coma.
What we don't want is for Benavidez, his personal feelings, to get involved where, you know, when these fights come up, he gets like that. He'll tell you that he's gonna break your nose, your jaw. He's gonna do this. He's gonna do that. You get in there and that shit backfired because this is Morrell is different. You got a guy who's not backing down, and he's willing to take it there with you. You know, the rest of them. Not to say they were scared of you. They talk shit, but they wasn't really like, you know what I mean? David Morrell's on some like, yeah, this wasn't just set up by no sanction. I wanted to fight you. I've been calling for you. Don't act like I ain't been calling for you like this was just set up. I've been asking for you.
Yeah, you went to 75. I followed you to 75. You didn't follow me. I followed you.
We ain't gonna act like our names just came across our names just came across the desk and somebody said, well, this look like this would be an interesting fight between these guys. No, I've been calling for you, big dog.
I keep telling everybody this is a 50-50 fight. I know David Benavidez got the pro experience over David Morrell. I know David Benavidez might have the better opposition, but sometimes that shit don't matter when you win a fight. None of that shit matters because all that stuff you done in the past was what you done to those guys. I'm not those guys. So just because you beat all them niggas up doesn't mean you gonna beat me up.
You can't just do it. You can't. I'm not impressed by you telling me you're gonna break my mouth. You're gonna do this. You're gonna do that. That sound good. You're gonna break my mouth. You're gonna break my jaw.
I give you a perfect example where all that shit just went out the window. Because when we look at the opposition, who had the better opposition? Bud Crawford or Earl Spence?
Listen.
That was the knock on Bud Crawford. He ain't really fight nobody. Earl Spence had the tougher opposition. Well, when they got in the ring, none of that shit mattered.
None of that matters. If you ask me, he carried them. If you just ask me.
Yeah. None of that shit matter when they got in the ring. I don't care about all that tough opposition you had. You got to beat me. Those people that you fought wasn't
And you
me.
know what though? I was left with this look on my face after that fight, like, what the fuck just happened here?
Yeah, I was too.
I was like, what? I'm standing there like, what?
No, at the end of the first round, when I saw the first round happen, I was like, this shit ain't gonna go well. That's what I kept saying to myself. I was like, this shit ain't gonna go well. No, I
He
saw the
said this shit ain't gonna
difference
go well.
because it looked like Earl Spence could never get going. And I was like,
No.
this shit ain't, Bud don't normally start this fast. This shit ain't gonna go well.
Sad thing about it is that he really didn't want to do it. If you notice, well, it was what round was it? When he went back to the corner, and it's like Bud was almost following him to ask him, was he all right? I'm like, shit. Why are we allowing this? Earl ain't been the same since.
Yeah. The way it looked like BBO might end up being right. Because BBO was like, man, Earl Spence ain't going to never fight again. He's going to retire. It looked like he might end up being right.
Yeah, because remember, they were entertaining. They were entertaining for a second, the joint with him and Fedora. And I'm like, Fedora? I'm like, oh, shit. Come on, man. I thought that's what we were going to see. I was like, oh, they talking about him and Fedora and Cowboy Stadium? Like, this is what we doing? This is his comeback fight? It's already been a year. It's been more than that. 2023 was the last time he fought.
Yeah.
So I can't see him fighting in 2025. I don't think that's
it's going to be 2 years. Because by the time they do make the fight, let's say they do sign the contract. If they don't sign it within the next month or two, he's going to fight somewhere in the fall. So July 29th will make 2 years that he's been out of the ring.
Yeah. And all that talks about chasing legacy, that's a wrap for all that.
Yeah. That's what I said. That's why I said I don't Gary Russell don't need to come back. No. You've been out of the ring for 3 years. It'd be 3 years come February that he's been out of the ring. There's no need for you to come back, dog. You've been out of the ring that long, there's no need for you to come back.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it is what it is, man. Everybody got to learn to stay in their lane. That's simple. Everybody got to learn that. Stay in your lane. And, play your part. Play your position. But it's a lot of these guys I look at and I go, when it's over, I think some people don't want to come to some people, they want to be done with it, but they don't know how to go about it, but they still want to be in the spotlight. And then a lot of them want to come back and they want to skip the line.
See,
and
the
you look
thing
at
is,
them yeah.
The thing is, when somebody like Mr. Gary Russell and Antoine and Antonio, they've been in boxing their entire life. They don't know how to do anything else.
Yeah.
Now, they might have other little stuff they got going on, but far as a career, they don't know how to do anything else. That's all they ever done. The same thing with Floyd. That's all he's ever done was be a boxer. And a lot of times it's hard to give it up because you don't know how to do nothing else. That's all you ever done. That's why a lot of times these football players, these basketball players, they don't know when to call it quits. They don't know how to do nothing else. They don't know how to go out here and just
I respect
be
the
a
ones
regular
I respect the ones who
boss.
turn But I respect the ones who turn coaches and they figure out ways to stay a part of the sport. If not a coach, then a promoter. It's the ones that piss me off that will come back and think they finna jump the line.
Yeah,
And I'm like, what do you think you doing, bruh? You're
like
like, you've been going 2, 3 years. You think you just about to jump the line? The what?
fortunate enough, Mr. Gary Russell has stepped in and helped his father train his brothers when his father took ill, so he
Yes.
was able to gain that knowledge of how to be a trainer. But a lot of these other guys, they can give pointers, but they don't really know how to be a trainer.
Yeah.
So, and the same thing with football and basketball. Some of these guys learn how to be coaches while they playing football. They stand by the coach and see what the coach goes through and stuff like that. But a lot of these guys, they so into the money and into the fame, they don't pay attention to that part. So
No.
when their career is over, they got to go get a regular job, far as whether they starting their own company or they working for somebody else. They gotta go. They gotta,
Yeah.
or they sitting at home and just collecting their retirement check. Some of
Yeah.
these guys don't know how to do nothing else.
When I think about KB, God rest his soul, I said there's a lot of NBA players that probably would have been trashed as owners and coaches, but they were great players. But when I think about Kobe Bryant, I think that dude would have did a hell of a job as a coach. And I'm not saying that because I'm a KB fan. I think he'd have did a hell of a job because he not just he was a great ball player, but he understood the game. He understood what it took to get there, and he put a lot into it. You know what I'm saying? I think
Well,
he
he
would.
was. He was coaching. He was coaching. He was coaching his daughter's basketball
I
league.
mean, yeah, that team, but I'm talking about, far as the pro, I think he would have did, my opinion, I think he would have did amazing. But like you said, there's a lot of guys who, like you said, they so into the money, they ain't even looking at that part. But I ain't worrying about coaching right now. It's nowhere near time for me. I'll think about that later on in my career. There's no time. You got to pay attention to that.
Yeah, you don't know when the end of your career is going to be. You can get an injury where you can't never play again. You
Man,
don't know
didn't
when.
Brandon Roy, his shit ended at 20 some years old.
Shit, look at Jason Williams. Jason Williams' joint ended his rookie year. Right after his rookie year, he got
Ain't that
into a
some shit?
motorcycle accident. He got into a motorcycle accident. Could never play basketball again. Same thing with Bobby Hurry. Bobby
Yeah.
Hurry had the same thing. Got into a motorcycle accident. Could never play basketball again. You don't
Then
know
some of these then some
when
of
your
these dudes
career is
ain't
going
got
to be over.
nothing. Then some of these dudes ain't got nothing to to nothing to show for, and they go for fighters. Ain't no guarantee you gonna be a pro fighter for 15 or 20 years. Shit, you might not make a year. It depends.
Yeah, it all depends.
You know what I'm
Depends
saying?
on how good you look at Kwame Brown. Kwame Brown wasted the little bit of career that he had.
Yeah.
He was never that good. So your thought should have been, let me find another avenue to be relevant in the sport that I love because unfortunately I
Oh
ain't as good
yeah.
as I thought I was.
Yeah, Josh, you right. Paul Williams. Oh man, shit. Paul Williams didn't even really get started yet, if you ask me. So when he got up in the accident, he got up in that. I was like, come on, man. And Paul Williams is my fighter. Still is. I still go back and watch some of Paul Williams fights today. I still go back and watch that.
The one Paul Williams fight that I can never watch is when he got stretched. I can never watch
Oh
that.
man,
When he got stretched by Sergio
Sergio,
Martinez,
Jesus Christ!
woo,
And he
I was
got
like,
caught
yeah.
with a shot that shit.
Yeah,
And yo, it was the look on his face though. I was like, damn.
yeah,
I remember
he
watching
got caught.
that.
He got caught like H2O.
Yeah.
He got caught like H2O.
I
One minute
said,
he was doing good, the next minute he was being woken up by the damn referee and the trainer.
damn, homie. It hurt to see that, but
I went back and watched that H2O fight the other night. I was like, God damn, that nigga went to sleep. That nigga was sleep
Oh
like
man.
he was sleep like he ain't had sleep in like 4 weeks.
Yo, listen, man. It should be crazy, man. Good old fights, man. Those are good old days.
Yeah. But shit, let
Those
me
are
get
good
up
old
out of
days.
here. I got some
Yeah,
stuff I gotta do.
let me get up out of here too. I ain't pulling that 5 hour shit today.
All right.
I'm gonna come back later on tonight though.
Okay.
Who said that it was going on tonight? Who said that? Somebody said it was going on tonight. Somebody.
Uh, don't know. I was trying to see if Thomas was going to go on so we could talk about Notre Dame victory yesterday, but he said he's out of town. He couldn't go live last night, so maybe he
Oh,
come back today.
I didn't even know he was out of town. Oh, okay.
Yeah, he was out of town, so he said he couldn't go live last night. So maybe he'll go live tonight, and we could talk about Notre Dame victory.
All right. That's cool. Shit, I don't know. I'll think of what I
I
want to
know,
talk
I
about.
know, I know. BBO going live tonight because we're supposed to have
Oh,
we're
that's
supposed to
right.
have
BBO. That's right.
Ohio.
8 p.m. 8
Yeah,
p.m.
Ohio runs boxing supposed to be on tonight with us.
That's right. 8 p.m. That's who it is. I'll be definitely tuned into that. That's a
All right.
fact. I'll be in. So I'll see y'all then.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
All right, y'all. Appreciate y'all for joining me. God bless everybody. Make sure y'all smash that like button, like, share, and subscribe. Tell a friend to tell a friend. This is where it goes down at No Doug Zone Podcast. I'll be back tonight. And I'll let you guys know. I don't know exactly what it is that I want to do. Because sometimes it just be like that with me. But whatever it is, I'll make sure I make an announcement about it so you guys will know. So just keep your eyes open. You know what I mean? Keep your ears to these YouTube streets. Because I'm definitely gonna make a comeback tonight. Love y'all. Everybody's travel safe out here. Y'all know what it is. It's the No Duck Zone Podcast. Let's go.